back to me, enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough, we won't let them hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. You won't bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Is enough. Is enough. Enough is enough. Give it back to me, enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down.
Hey guys, welcome back to Queen of the Indies Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And today, this is a long one coming. I feel like this one should have been done like a while ago, but we have one half of the IWTV Tag Team Champion, Jaden Newman. How are ya?
Doing good. I brought props. I'm like Carrot Top. Let's go. Let's do this.
Let's go. I love when people bring the belts on the podcast. That's what it's all about here. So
Yeah, dude, I've got 3 of them. We can talk about all of them.
yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, guys, if you're new here to the Under the Rope series, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, backstage, referees. I got you covered. If you guys got questions, please feel free, drop it into the chat. I'm sure that Jada will be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So
Every single one.
bring them on, guys. Bring it on.
The weirder, the better.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So I already see Good Cop, Bad Cops in the chat. He goes, let's go. I've been stoked for this one ever since it got announced. Jaden was going to be on. Looking good, champ.
Hey, thank you.
Love that. Ed's in the chat. He goes, hey, interested in on this one. Just happened to start watching Action Wrestling a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. I had said that like the next couple of weeks I was going to dedicate to Action Wrestling since I will be down there on the 17th. So look out for that.
Yeah, making her grand debut.
I love that. So, yeah, definitely. So I have that here. We're going to throw up the flyer on the screen for you guys. So come out or watch that on IWTV. So, you know, we love Matt over here as well, doing great stuff. So
He's all right.
he's just all right, you know.
Yeah, he literally just texted me a second ago. I was like, I'm doing a podcast now.
Oh, he knows because I was messaging with him this morning.
What? Dude, come on.
You see, he's trying to play games. He's trying to play games here. No.
Don't play games with me.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's start it off for like the fans that might not be familiar. Obviously, I'm familiar with you, so like I know you for years. But for a fan who's tuning into this podcast, never seen you wrestle before, what's the go-to match that you would recommend for them to watch to become an instant fan?
Man, so it's funny. The other day, I was on my YouTube kind of doing up some cleaning up and things, and I started to put together a playlist for this very thing. Because like a lot of people don't really know where to start.
Right.
And the first 2 matches that I put on there for people to look at that I feel really describes like my wrestling love language and who I am as a wrestler is myself versus Jonathan Gresham in Modern Age Grappling Rules and me versus Timothy Thatcher.
Oof. There you go. That's definitely some good matches to start off with.
Yeah, 2 very big tests that like really made me realize the type of wrestler that I became. Mm-hmm. So very thankful for those matches and the ones that I always tell people to go watch.
There you go. And then you can watch it on his YouTube, which is even better. So I appreciate
Absolutely.
that you guys like put, you put up your matches on, your channels. Like not every wrestler does that. And not everybody has like IWTV or Thriller, or then there's promotions that, you might not be able to find.
Did you just call it Thriller? Like October's not until Wednesday, I think.
Yeah.
It's-
Listen, I'm from New York, so it just everything I always say. I don't talk straight. I don't talk right anyway. So it's like it just comes, like.
I mean, I'm technically a New Yorker too. Well, not really, but
Yeah, but
kind of.
I'm real city girl.
You're a shoot New Yorker.
I am Queens girl. Like, I'm surprised anybody understands me. If you really want to laugh, listen to me and Alec Price.
Have to put subtitles.
But yeah, so I have this YouTube, the link trees in the description below if you're not familiar with it as well. So, but yeah, let's talk some IWTV tag team titles because we just had Jameson Shook on a couple weeks ago, so he got to talk about like you guys and Beyond Wrestling, and you guys went up against Fresh Air. I wish I was at that show. Like that was one that I wish I would have drove up to Massachusetts for. But yeah, now you guys are IWTV tag team title, champions. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think I was seeing today it's like day 137 or something like that. So like it's been like a pretty lengthy reign so far. How all that kind of came about was so crazy because Jameson and I had only really been teaming for just like maybe a few months, and then like we had a big opportunity come up with Beyond, and literally on a week's notice we flew up, and next thing I know, like we're the world champs, and like we instantly were like, okay, well the workload has doubled or quadrupled depending on how you look at a tag team. So yeah, it was just so crazy. And like I feel like with a lot of what Jameson and I do is 48-25, it's a lot of like learning on the job, which is like weird, right? Because like I trained Jameson like from the ground up, but now like we're kind of learning together and growing together as like a tag team, and like really making sure like our chemistry's down, like working on like tag maneuvers, and like we literally like train and work out with each other every week. Like we see each other every week, so it's not like some like fair weather put together shit. Like, genuinely it feels like a legit family, like legit like tag team. And like it's just been such a wild ride so far, but it's like one that I'm like, I really don't want this to end.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's so cool with the fact that it's like that you helped train him, and I know we talked about that. Me and Jameson talked a little bit about that. It's like mentor to tag team to holding belts together. I think this is like a lot of students like dream to like work with like their trainer. And like, not a lot of people could say that.
Yeah, no, and it's like super cool because like I literally texted him the other day, and just seeing his growth in like the last like 3 years that he's been wrestling, because like he's been wrestling for a very short amount of time, like in the amount of growth that he's had and like success that he's been able to obtain is like truly remarkable. So like I shot him a message. I was like, hey man, I just want to tell you like I love you, I'm proud of you, and like, thank you for keeping me sharp, because like I'm also learning from him, and like seeing like how much he loves pro wrestling, like, and of course I love it as well, but like seeing how much he loves wrestling is infectious and like makes me love it even more. So I'm very thankful for all of it, really.
I love that you say that. It just like reminded me with like when Bronson came on the podcast, we were talking about Gabby Forza and the fact that he feels that now since like Gabby's wrestling, that he kind of fell all back in love with wrestling. So that's what it just kind of like reminded me a little bit of, so I love that. Yeah,
but shout them out, man. Gabby and Bear, they're incredible. I love them. Such great people. Incredible wrestlers too. Definitely.
All right, let me give some love in this chat. Ed says, as a content creator, can we have more indie talent with clean PNGs for thumbnails?
What is do I have a cool PNG? I don't know. I'm very not technologically savvy.
Yeah, so you got to use the programs, you know? Like, honestly, you could pull it on the phone. Like, that's what I do. Like, a lot of times is I take the promo photos and I grab it and I turn it into a PNG.
Oh yeah, okay. I see. I thought you were talking about just like my chat in general, or on this. I was like,
It's
shit.
talking about
I was
like the photos that, like, you know, when you ask like somebody to come onto the podcast and you get like the, you know, the promo photos from all the
yeah, they
photographers
send you a
and
fucking,
stuff.
they send you like an 8-bit picture, and you're like, well, thanks, this does nothing for me. Yeah,
Or the
no.
ones that it's like cut off. I've had to like mess around with some of those promo pics too, where it's like the arms are cut off, and I'm like, well,
Yeah,
what am
you're
I
like,
supposed
so
to do
how
with
long
this?
have you been without an arm?
That's a good question. That's the next time I have someone that sends me one of those. That's what I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, like no judgment, just wanted to know because your picture.
I love that. Wrestling Junkies is in the chat. One half of the best tag team in the world. Chris.
That's right. Shout out to the Junkies, man. They're incredible.
I love it. I need to meet them. We've, like, I've been on the pod. I got to get them to come over here. Like, shout out to them. So I hope in a couple of weeks that I'm sitting with you so I can start yelling at Tim Bosby and Dylan.
No. Come on. Don't be yelling at Tim Bosby like that. Come on.
Totally going to yell at him.
Oh, he probably deserved it. But most of the time, he's a great guy. I love Tim. We took over New South together. We're cool.
I love that. Shout out to Tim. If you guys haven't watched that podcast, definitely go check that out as well. So, Chris says, name the time. Okay, we're going to make that happen soon. So, all right, let's talk TWE because, this is another one like of my bucket list. I said I had to come down to Action first. That was like kind of like my first thing.
Okay.
Next year, like, I definitely want to come down to the SCI weekend. And, like, I hear from everybody that it's like, you got to go to Chattanooga, you got to go to the TWE, but everybody says it. So that is my goal for next year, to come down. So definitely, work that out. But talk to us a little bit about that. Like, people who aren't watching, give a little bit of a background, maybe some of like favorite matches you feel that they should be checking out.
Yeah, no. So like, when you say a background, like, it's a pretty, like, it's a hefty one, right? Because me and TWE are pretty much one and the same. Like, the day that I had my first match was the day that TWE opened. For those who don't know, it was opened originally by my grandfather, Bud Higdon. And, he basically had the idea of opening TWE, not even as someone who was in the wrestling business. Like, my grandfather's an electrician, still works to this day. And, like, he wanted to open TWE as a place for like young guys to like kind of like have a launching pad and like have a place to work, because in Chattanooga for years that just wasn't a thing. Mm-hmm. So I remember one day, and keep in mind, like, I trained for a year before I ever had a match. I trained originally in Ringgold, Georgia under somebody else. And I remember after school, my old man took me to this like building. And I was just like, what are we doing here? Like, I thought I was like maybe just going to a job or something. And he was like, oh, this is going to be where we have our wrestling show. And I was like, what? Our wrestling show? And like, I was like so nervous and like scared because I was like, oh, like I didn't want to get like a bad reputation, feeling like people were like, oh, like his grandfather bought him a wrestling show, this, that, and the fourth. And like, I still got that. Like, my first years in pro wrestling, a lot of people were not nice to me whatsoever because they had an idea of who they thought I was instead of actually getting to know me. But, over the years, like, we've had so many different talents come through that have like gone on to do incredible things, like whether it be like people that are now like in WWE, AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor, whatever it may be. But like even then, like there's just been like really successful people that have gone on to have success on the independents that have like just like went to Chattanooga, like honed their craft and like got good. And it's just been like such a crazy like roller coaster of like ups and downs with TWE, but like seeing where we are now to where we were then is like so incredible. Like hearing you, someone who lives in New York, sit there and say, I want to come to like TWE, like everyone's saying, come to Chattanooga. Like that's incredible because like we didn't have that 12 years ago. And like, I've really worked hard with like, because of the work my grandfather put in, but also like the work I put in with like people like the Reverend Dan Wilson and Dylan Hells to make this a lot better and make this scene something worth coming to. Like, and also with that, shout out to Matt Griffin and Scott Hensley, because without the SCI, that work doesn't happen either.
So good, so good. Wait, let me cut you off for a second because I see Tim's in the chat. What's up, Tim?
Oh, Tim's in the chat. Put 5 minutes on the clock.
He goes, I'm popping in only to say hello to my fellow Sprite enjoyer, my brother from another mother, the goat of all goats, Jaden.
That's right.
I love that.
That's my guy. I'm not drinking Sprite right now. I'm drinking 0-calorie Milo sweet tea, but we're getting crazy in here, Tim. I'll save you one.
Switching it out. We're switching it out. We're doing some iced tea. We're not doing
Yeah, Long Island iced tea or whatever you drink as a New Yorker.
There you go. John's in the chat. He goes, I want to come with Tim. Come down to Chattanooga with me. That's the plan. You know, I have all these bucket list promotions that I want to go down south. And, you know, this is one I've always, like I said, I've heard from other wrestlers too that it was like, you have to come down. You got to come down to the TW building. I want to hang out with Papa Hales. You know, like,
he will be there front row. I'm telling you. You got to see the fighting Granny. You got to see old Sherry.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a vibe, man. The second you walk in, you just get transported into a different world.
I love that. I love that. So, and again, that's on IWTV if you're not watching. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, so I had said, I was like, Action's the first one. And then, like, I definitely want to do, because I know, like, you guys run TWE the Thursday, right? Before SCI normally, right? Like, through the years. So,
yeah, that's been what we've done through the years. This next year, though, we're kind of changing it up because TWE has kind of shifted into taking the SCI role. So, like, what that Thursday looks like, we aren't sure yet, but there will be something on that Thursday.
Look at that. So I was just talking to one of my other friends today on the phone, and I was like, I literally asked Matt this morning. I was like, do you have the date? I was like, because I said, I want to mark it down on the calendar, and like, we're going to save and we're coming down. Like, bring on the Massachusetts people, the New York people, the Rhode Island, like literally, like you're going to have like a buckload of New York, Mass, Connecticut, Rhode Island people coming down because we've all in cahoots to come down next year.
We'll throw you all on a double-decker bus and send y'all down.
They ain't gonna be ready for this New Yorker. Like they're just not ready. So let's see what else we got here. Ed says, what toppings on pizza is your go-to?
Oh man, that's a great question. We're getting into the food stuff. So like, as an avid pizza eater, I will say that my horizons have been broadened since my girlfriend and I got together. I used to just be like pepperoni and cheese and pineapple, but now it's like we'll do like, because she doesn't eat meat, so like I have to get creative. So like we'll do like, you know, pepperoncinis occasionally, like black olives, artichoke hearts have been kind of cool to throw on there lately. And yeah, there's like this pepper we had on like one recently from like there's a pizza place here in Chattanooga called Community Pie, and like it was hotter than shit. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, baby, we gotta like eat this at home later or something. Like we gotta eat this cold. I'm dying right now. But yeah, like, but if we're talking just like primarily like, oh, like I have to order a pizza now, probably just like pepperoni, pineapple, cheese, of course, and like feta.
Look at that. There you go. There's your list. Wait, I know there's a second part to your question, Ed, but let me do this follow up with Chris. He goes, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Well, Chris, if you were listening, no, I'm kidding. Yes, pineapple does belong on pizza.
Listen, they're probably like a little behind on like the YouTube.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like an asshole now. I'm over here like, well, your stream's lagging.
Oh my god. All right, so then Ed's second question. Okay, you guys like to like start all this shit on this podcast with the cereal question. So we're gonna ask you the cereal question because it is a staple on this podcast now. It's just like official. It's like the official question here. So do you put your cereal in first and then your milk, or do you put your milk in first and then your cereal?
considering the fact that I'm not a serial killer, well, not in that way. I would say I put my cereal in first and then my milk.
See?
People that put it in, who puts in their milk before their cereal?
Andy Brown.
Andy Brown? Really?
We just
Well,
had
he
Alyssa
scares me,
on like
so.
recently too, and she said that she doesn't understand it.
He's already a scary dude. That's terrifying.
There was a couple others. I can't remember who else it was offhand, but that was the whole thing. But
Oh my gosh, yeah.
yup. All right, let me see. I see people in chat. Good Cop Bad Cop says, "Holy cow! Didn't find Jaden's YouTube channel, but did find his match versus Myron Reed at SCI 2022. I'm exhausted from just watching it."
I remember, oh man, yeah, that one was a fun one. That was, I think, second round of the SCI that year. Yeah, because it was that, and I did the finals. Yeah, that was a fun match. I would really like to have that match now, considering that we've both exponentially grown.
Yeah.
So, like, man, yeah, awesome. Thank you for watching that.
Look at that. Look at that. So, Ryan Redfield's in the chat. He goes,
Oh,
"What's
man.
up?"
What is up, Ryan Redfield? How you feeling after that L I gave you at Uncharted Territory a few years ago?
That was
No, I'm
definitely
kidding.
something I was going to bring up on this podcast. So, I'm glad Ryan popped into the chat.
No, I like Ryan, man. He's good people. I hope he's doing well.
I just saw him yesterday. So, it was great seeing him. So, but he loves that match. That's definitely like, even like I've said it too, that this is definitely like one of the matches that I felt also like elevated him.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, it was great for him. And I love when we start mixing wrestling, because it's only going to grow other wrestlers. Then, like, obviously, like, a lot of places you wrestle the same people over and over again, and that's great, but you need to be elevated.
I hate it. Yeah, it's like, I hate it. Like, I want to wrestle, like, it's like, it's weird to me, and this is kind of going to become a tangent, but, like, it's weird to me whenever, like, people assume that just, like, Southeastern wrestlers just want to stay in the Southeast, because that's not the case at all, especially for me and my crew.
Yeah.
Like, I want to wrestle everywhere, anywhere, regardless of how many miles I have to drive, fly, get on a ferry if I have to. I don't care. I will literally wrestle anyone, anywhere, because I love professional wrestling and I love being tested. Simple as that. Like, so, that's why going to like a Beyond, or whenever I was at H2O, which, by the way,
I was going to bring up too.
I am still the real
Look at that.
H2O wrestling world champion. Go fuck yourself, Declan Grant. I didn't know. Can we curse on here?
You're
Is that
fine.
cool? Oh, sick.
I'm from New
All right.
York. It just like flies out of my mouth. So feel free. Fuck,
Yeah.
whatever.
So Declan Grant, remember that always. I am the real H2O world champion. But like, going to like Beyond H2O and like so many other different places, like St. Louis Anarchy, like, it's exciting to me because there's so many different people that like I get to wrestle and work with.
Yeah.
And and don't get me wrong, like I love whenever they come down south too, because like there's just so many like untapped talents down here that just like haven't even had the chance to be seen yet. And I think like that's kind of what makes us like a hidden gem, right?
Yeah. That's why like I love like the whole thing of like me being like the queen of the indies, that it's not just me bound to like New York, that it's like I am watching, and like I'm finding and it's great. Like I love like the Future Showcase is definitely like,
Oh, it's one of my favorite shows of the year.
yeah, like I love it because this is how like I'm always finding new talent because of it. And like Tim Bosby was the one that I saw last year that I was like, okay, I was like, this one, like I just saw it, I'm like, this one's gonna be big. And like I've said it to him too, and we said it on the podcast when he came on here. I'm like, you need to come up here because like people need to see you. And then it was like so quick of how like he became like action champion and everything. So and now Tommy Davis, who like I never knew who he was until this year, and the minute he came out of the curtain, I was like, okay, like it was just something, and I was like, okay, I see it, yet I didn't even see him wrestle yet, and I was like, I just see it, and then it was like, and then he won, and it was like, okay, like untapped talent.
Yeah, dude, Tommy's incredible. That's another match I'll probably recommend on YouTube if y'all want to go check that out. It's me versus Tommy Davis from St. Louis Anarchy. He is so freaking good. and like he just needs to be more places.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, he just needs to be more places.
So promoters, if you're
Yeah,
listening,
please pay attention to this. Book Tommy Davis, and Bosby, book Jameson Shook.
there's a lot here. Let me see. The more love in the chat. Phil Stampers in the chat. He goes morning. It's 6:30, bro. Like,
Where are you, Phil?
So Phil goes, isn't Jaden also from New York? Muhaha, Pepperidge Farm remembers.
That's right, Jaden, New York. Jaden, New York. Never forget.
I can't. So,
Did you ever go to those Catalyst shows?
the Catalyst shows?
Yeah.
Like I've been to, I think like 2 of them or whatever, but they were in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing like the Ugly Ducklings there. Remember like Bobby Orlando. Darius Carter kind of scared a bunch of children, which was pretty funny.
Yeah. I ended up working there like pretty semi-regular, like in I think it was 2022, 2023. No, it was 2023. And like, yeah, they were like, hey, like we want to bring you in, but we want you to be a New Yorker. And I said, say less. I'm all in. So I went and I bought Yankees inspired gear and I just changed the like NY to the JN. And like, man, it was awesome. My tag partner was Carter Mason.
Mm-hmm.
And like we had a blast. It was like legit some of my favorite times.
That's crazy. Oh man. Let's see. So Chris says book Jaden to come to Ohio.
Where at in Ohio? This is where it gets interesting.
Because you gotta like tag your favorite promoters and tell them to bring it here. So Good Cop Bad Cop will say, oh yeah, watching Virginia's own Logan Easton versus Jaden at New South Haas Tournament 2021. Look at that. Look at the knowledge.
Yeah, we're really going back there. Okay, yeah. Man, shout out Logan too. I don't think he's wrestling anymore, but I remember that was a super fun match.
Yeah.
That was my first and my only Haas tournament entrant too. So
Yeah, I don't
there
think
you go.
is he Logan wrestling? I think the last time I saw him was the IWTV 100.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I
That was that
swore
same
I thought
year.
he like came back for like a match here. I swore I saw something like this
I know he
year.
did some like AEW stuff a little bit, but like that was kind of the last I saw.
Okay. Zach's in chat. He goes, National Coffee Day. So did you have your coffee? I had my free coffee today.
So first off, I'm pissed because I didn't know that we were getting free coffee today. Because like, dude, I drink coffee every day. Like especially now, like I'm almost 3 months no energy drinks. So like I've solely switched back to coffee, and like I had a PSL. I'm a basic bitch. I'll say it. And and I'm now pissed because people are just getting free coffee, and I wasn't
Dunkin'
let
Donuts
in
app.
on this.
Listen, when you
On
get
the
off this
app?
podcast, download the Dunkin' Donuts app. Free National Coffee Day.
Dunkin'. Oh, that makes sense. We just got a Dunkin' and Saudi Daisy. So.
All right, so let's see. Let me go back to like I've been reading everybody in the chat, so let me go back. All right, so I definitely, since we brought up like action also too, we have to talk about Dean. You know, like this is great stuff that's been going on. So we just had the 3rd Dean show, and I think it's so cool that like Matt's been working with like AW, Ring of Honor, you know, so. You know, to work, and this is probably like a bucket list for a lot of people. Me and Matt Mikowski were talking yesterday about the 2300 building. So, I mean, you have to talk about like the infamous 2300 building, working there, working Dean. How cool is that?
It was incredible. Like, I know that my experience with working with AEW has been awesome. Like, I've really enjoyed like just getting to catch up with friends that are there, and also being around like just top caliber talent like that. Like I remember, kind of to backtrack, going to Glendale and doing the show the day before Double or Nothing, and like then getting to be there and watch Double or Nothing and like just see like all the work that goes into it. And it was just so mind blowing. Right. And like, then to fast forward to go into the 2300 arena, and like, even like, if the match wasn't televised or not, like being able to like still be there and perform was like awesome. It was an insane match, but it was still like such a cool thing to know. Like I was there with like, people that mean a lot to my career and are like, friends of mine, and also like some that are mentors to me. So yeah.
So cool, so cool. I love like talking to everybody about that, about being in that building, because I think it's like a massive bucket list for a bunch of wrestlers just to like work
For
that
sure.
building. So
Yeah, and like it was like I remember the first time I ever went to Philadelphia. I was in the Young Lions Cup in 2019,
mhm.
and I remember I went up with my family. I was with my mom and my sister, and like they wanted to do all the sightseeing stuff, and I was literally like, "We can do whatever. We can go look at the Bell. I really don't give a shit." I was like, "I want to see the ECW arena." So there's a picture somewhere out there of me like in front of the ECW arena. Of course, like I was posed. I was like looking at it and shit, and I was like, but it was like so cool to me. And then like 2 years later, I would end up doing extra work for Ring of Honor before it was bought by AEW, and then to go back, it's like really cool, really cool.
Yeah, really, really neat. Mark Leslie's in the chat. What's up, Mark? He goes, has he gone off about cornbread yet?
Oh well, what do you, Mark? All right, man. What do you want to talk about cornbread for?
He said,
Because I will talk all day about cornbread. We can go.
he goes, ask him about singing Love Story in a random pub in Scotland.
What was it I did?
He said you sang a random song, a love story in a random pub.
Oh shit! Oh man! Oh, I've been hitting the head too much. I briefly remember this. Like I was on one in Scotland. I literally like was that. I think if Mark's in the chat, Mark, was that whenever like I got out of the car and I almost got hit?
Oh God! Because you're not used
was,
to like the opposite side, right? Because they drive.
No, I was just being ignorant and unobservant. But yeah, like it was me. Yeah, because it was me. It was Tremont. It was me, Matt Tremont, Joel Bateman, Mark, and Cody Manhorn. And God, yeah, I busted into this bar. That was like right across the street. I said, "Hold on, I gotta go in here." And like I walked in there and I was so confused because everyone was dressed like cowboys. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because like I thought it was like Nashville, like Broadway or something. But I was like, what's going on? And I was like, and I walk up to somebody and like, of course, like me, I sound like fucking cornbread over there. So like I walk up to somebody, I was like, hey, what's happening here? And they're like, whoa, and I was like, tell me what's happening. And they're like, oh, we're doing like a cowboy now. I was like, oh, that's sick, cool. And like they were singing Taylor Swift, so I ended up joining in. I'm pretty sure it was what it was. But yeah, very, very wild weekend it was in Scotland.
That's awesome. He said that's exactly it.
Okay, cool. I literally had all the stuff pop up on my memories on my iPhone, and I was like, oh no.
There's like some incriminating stuff that hasn't.
Thankfully not. Thankfully not. I just turned into an idiot, but like a very safe idiot because I don't drink. So.
Oh man, I love that. A good cop, bad cop says, I want to know about Scotland too. Just saw Bleeding Gums wrestling promo from last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I went over there for Bleeding Gums, and it was super cool. Like I know that they're no longer running, but like the time that I spent there, we did 2 shows in one day, and I worked a guy named Franco Fate, and I worked Tim Strange, which working with both those guys was awesome. I really loved working with Tim because him and I just got to like share stories about like Tracy Smothers and just like talk about like a bunch of different stuff. And like, it was cool because like, especially now, like where I'm at, like in my career, like I don't like do too many like deathmatch stuff like I used to, but like going over there and like still like getting like a little hardcore, but like not going like crazy like with glass or anything. Like and the crowd still being very respectful of it, and like that was what blew me away. It was like they were just so respectful and like we're just like super cool like to hang out with, and it was just like such a great time.
Oh, I love that. I love when I hear those stories as like out of the States and just like the comparison of there to here. But it's just like, even like me and you, it's like here we're in New York, it is completely different than like where you are. So it's crazy. Let's see anything. All right, let me move on to some other questions because I know that there was a couple that were sent. So, this one's from Graham. He said, "Got to see Jaden 3 times, and I know you messaged me, right? It was like DV with Primetime Pro Wrestling pre-COVID. Okay, so and then he talked about Tim
Yeah.
Dunce and Keller and a tag match with them both. He goes, I also watched New South, and the rivalry with Cabana Man was so good. What have been some of your favorite rivalries?"
Oh man, so my favorite rivalries, God, I've had way too many ops. Uh, Shoo. So one that definitely comes to mind, and there's like sadly not too much footage of it. But like I had a rivalry with my best friend, like legit my childhood best friend who no longer wrestles. His name is Bailey Blake, and for a lot of like the southern scene, like they know who he is, and he was incredible. He's one of those that was just like if he was still wrestling, he would be like top dude. Um, but him and I, we were in a rivalry for years, and we actually kind of capped it off at Jameson Shook's show. I think it was the second one, Hot to Go, and like man, like that's like a rivalry that always sticks out to me because like we grew up together, like it was like personal, like I was training, and then like I would go home, and like he was like 13, I was 14 whenever I was training, and like I would literally like show him stuff in the ring in my backyard, and then like I was like kind of training him as I was training. So that's always one that comes to mind. Matt Tremont is another one of my favorite rivals, and I'm excited to work with him again and at the end of October. But like I had like a really good like few matches with Matt. One of them being for the IWTV World Championship, and then the other two being whenever we wrestled at ICW and TWE, which were my second and third matches back from breaking my jaw. Was
Right.
two
Oh my
death matches
goodness.
with Matt Tremont. but but yeah, man, like those are some that definitely come to mind. I'm sure there's others,
Oh
but
yeah,
like those are the two that like really like just I think about more than anything because like they like really helped me out a lot.
definitely. But wrestling's fake, people, right? Like wrestling's fake. People don't get hurt. It's fake. You guys get
Yeah.
hurt, man. Like
Well, I know. I just have like 4 bolts or whatever in my jaw.
God, God bless you guys, because it's like I give you guys a lot of credit, to do that. So Good Cop, Bad Cop had sent a post. He said, damn new Gene being an anagram of you threw me off there, Good Cop, Bad Cop. I'm usually the other way around. Damn new Gene being an anagram of Jaden Newman. What's your favorite pair of jeans, and what's your favorite item of clothes, non-wrestling and wrestling?
Okay, so I saw that question the other day, and I didn't know what to answer it as. It's like my favorite pair of jeans. Like, so before I grew up, and this was maybe like 2-3 years ago, I used to get my jeans from Hot Topic. I used to because they had like it was like HT denim or something. It was like super cool. It was like nice stretchy work. I used to always blow out the crotch in them because I'd like inevitably wrestled in them, and
Right.
I'd be like, oh shit. So, I started getting jeans from Target though, and like they're pretty sick. So like I don't know what the brand is, like Goodfellow or something like that, but like they're cool.
Target was-
Yeah, the Good, the Gather, Target jeans. Go to Target, get you some jeans. But like, yeah, I mean that's it. My favorite article of clothing though, like. Thank God for socks, because otherwise my feet would be soggy. I don't know, like.
Oh man, they ask the hard hitting questions on this.
I've never been
podcast.
asked that. I don't even know how to answer that. I guess my favorite thing to wear is hats. I guess that's an answer, right? Like I like to wear a
Yeah,
hat.
that's something. There you go.
Yeah,
Can't.
not soggy socks. That's for sure.
Yeah. We have another fan tweet from Dave. This one says, "What is your favorite move to perform and why?"
Oh man, favorite move to perform. I love performing the KSPS, the kitchen sink power slam that I do, because it's one that is original and it's something that I had accidentally came up with as a happy accident. I was wrestling Sean Campbell at a New South Action Clash taping in like 2021, and I had just hit him with it like on accident. Like I was like trying to like hit him with like a kitchen sink, but then like I ended up also grabbing his head, and it just looked insane. And I got to the back, and they're like, "Yo, like what was that?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they showed me the clip of it, and then like the clip kind of went viral, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And so then I kept doing it, and like it really started to get traction. And I was like, "Oh, sick!" So like I have something that's kind of mine now. So I would say that's probably my favorite maneuver to hit.
Awesome. Love that. Definitely love that. Was a good question. So,
Yeah,
we have a different Mark that left this fan tweet. He goes, "What is the weirdest piece of wrestling memorabilia that you own?"
the weirdest piece of wrestling memorabilia. I don't know. Like, man, we really are asking the weird questions. um,
This is why he came on the podcast. Like he knew it was going to be different here.
yeah, like I mean, it depends because, like, I mean, is it like memorabilia of your own career? Is it just memorabilia of like wrestling in general? Like, for me, like, I mean, I have like a lot of stuff that like I bled in that I keep. Like, I've sold some of it, of course, because like there's people that like blood and shit or whatever, and like, but like, yeah, I would probably just say like the stuff that like I've bled in. Like I have like the pair of knee pads that like I wore against Tremont whenever I wrestled for the IWTV World Title for the first time. So like that's something that I keep. That's really cool. I have a spike that like I stabbed Brett Ison with for us to win the War Games match like a year ago, and it was like dedicated to Kevin Sullivan. So it's like this golden spike that's just like got blood all over it. So like I don't know, I guess bloody stuff.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
Memories.
Only in pro wrestling. We'd be like, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
You stabbed somebody.
Good Cop, Bad Cop said, surely waterproof shoes, that would stop the soggy socks.
Yeah, for sure. God, I hate water shoes though, with a passion. I feel so confined.
Too funny. All right, so I think it was Good Cop, Bad Cop that he said that since you're like Chattanooga, like I was gonna say like let's pay it forward because I like to do that on this podcast. So I know he was gonna say, he said in the chat like in Chattanooga like who is someone that we should be paying attention to.
Man, so I'm biased. I run the school at TWE, so I run the TWE Performance Combine. I would honestly say anyone that is kind of working out of that system. Like we have a lot of really good talent down here, like whether it be Casey Owens, Damon Stryker, who Damon Stryker actually just won our TWE Gig City Championship. But like, those guys, Jameson Shook, of course, and there's like a plethora of different people on the TWE roster that like I would recommend out of Chattanooga. Like I guess that would be my answer.
Yeah, definitely. So there's still a whole bunch of people like, that I still gotta get on this podcast. There's a lot of people I still haven't, so don't worry, I'll get them on here eventually.
Yeah.
So, definitely do that. What's some things you like to do when you're not in the squared circle?
Yeah. So, this has been something that I've actually been working on discovering over the last probably like 2-3 years. So I've recently really gotten into like doing hiking and stuff. Like whenever I'm not wrestling, my girlfriend and I have started doing that more, which is cool. She's actually got a really big trip coming up. She's going to be going to do Half Dome this weekend, and that's like really big for her. Like she's going to go with her family and stuff, and like that's awesome. But like, like we go hiking. Like we have a dog. He's Australian Anatolian Shepherd, and like we take him to this little dog park in Chattanooga called Play Wash Pint. So it's like really cool, and like we've kind of made like a little community there too. So like we have friends that we've made and such, and then like we go like the Boneyard and like different like spots like that, and like eat and just all that, Like I would say like normally like I love going on the bridge and stuff, but like our bridge is shut down until like 2029 or something. It's crazy. Like, and they just keep like pooching it because they're like, oh yeah, like we need more money, and you're like, what? You're like, just why'd y'all even start on this bridge? Anyways, but like Chattanooga problems. But like, But yeah, I would say like that's kind of like the stuff that like I've gotten into. Oh, and like recently we went like we've done like rafting, kayaking, all that stuff. That's really fun. So yeah.
There you go. Oh wait, I'm getting yelled at in the chat. Tiff, you butchered the pun. Well, I'm not a pun girl. What do you know? You said, I said, what should we look out for? The lookouts are the local baseball. Well, I don't know. I'm a
That was
wrestling
good.
girl.
Oh man, my hat's way too far. I was about to pull a little carrot top action and put on my lookouts hat. Oh well, missed
Apologies.
that. No, it's all good. They actually just like I think they don't have any more games there. Yeah, because our lookout stadium is getting kiboshed and like they're making a new one. So yeah, the old stadium we just went to like I think 2 games there like a few weeks ago. So yeah,
Okay.
R.I.P. the lookouts for like a year.
There you go. I have 2 final questions for you. If you guys have anything else, feel free, drop it into the chat. So we got like a couple months left of 2025. It's crazy, right? We got 3 months left of
It's
2025.
nuts.
So is there any like goals that you have that you want to accomplish by the end of the year?
Honestly, like I just want to stay the course and just keep, chipping away and working hard, man. Like I don't really have any like particular goals at the moment, like that I think I could like conquer in like the micro, right?
Mhm.
But like in the macro of things, like I know that a goal of mine is like potentially like even into like 2026. And I know we're kind of going off question here, but like a goal of mine is to sign a contract with a major wrestling company. So, really, these next 3 months, like I just want to kind of like keep working and chipping away at that, whether it's like my fitness or um, like just like keeping consistent, like training in the ring and things like that. Just like keep working towards the goals that I have.
Okay. Okay. Good Cop, Bad Cop says, looking through cage match of who Jaden has fought, saw Donnie Primetime come up, not seen Kung Fu Janela in forever. And then he also said, I was at Lookout's game last year, didn't make the Moon Pie store, though, as it was closed.
Oh, well, did you at least still find somewhere to get a moon pie? You got to get a moon pie and RC Cola when you come here. That's the whole thing.
Oh, snap. See, you gotta, like, write these things down when, I come down. Because I was just talking
I'll
about
give
that
you the
with-
checklist.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it, because I was just talking about it with my friend Zach earlier, and he's like, I'm following you. He's like, I said, you think he goes, you talk to everybody down there. He was like, so you're the information bank. He was like, I was like, okay. I was
And you're like, I don't know, I'm just a girl.
I was like, I'm just the girl from New York who follows these promotions, but I know nothing about the States. But I'm not worried because of all the people that I know down there.
Yeah.
So you'll give me the checklist when I plan my trip to you next. So my final question to you, which is very important to me on this podcast, since the world of negativity in wrestling, and I like to focus on the positive. So is there anything that you could share with us? Maybe a fan's done for you, you've done for a fan, maybe a wrestler's done for you, or maybe something you've done for a wrestler, something that we wouldn't know unless you shared with us.
Yeah. So, earlier I kind of touched on like how whenever I was younger, like I was not treated like too fairly by a lot of the wrestlers like in the area, right? So TWE had brought in Steve Carino and Colby, and it was our booker at the time brought them in. And Colby has now gone on to become like one of my best friends. Like he's like a brother to me. And but yeah, so like Steve, after like him and after Colby and I wrestled that night, like we ended up getting closer or whatnot. And I remember like I was going through like some really bad stuff, and like I was like really discovering what depression was kind of like. First off, like because that's something I suffer from, was like depression, anxiety, all that. But like that was like it was like as a 16-year-old kid in wrestling, like, and also dealing with like high school, like that's a lot. And he somehow caught wind of it. I don't know if like, my mom told him or like whoever, but like he texted me the day after Christmas in 2015, like this like really sweet message that basically was like, I hear you've been going through a hard time. And I'm paraphrasing this right now because I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was like, I hear you've been going through like a really hard time. Like, don't give up, don't quit wrestling. Like, you have a lot of potential. And it seems like such like a small thing, but like that small thing like really like meant a lot to me. Um, and really because of that, it's like a big reason like I kind of kept in wrestling because like I was having like really hard time, and you know, if it wouldn't have been for that, like I don't even know if I've told him like thank you for that at all, but like if it wasn't for that, like I don't know if I would still be like kind of keeping the course I've been because it like really motivated me, you know. But it's like people like him, like you know, people like um and I mentioned them on like line earlier, like people like Jax Dane and like um Drew Game, Jimmy Rave, like people like that, like they also like were big helps for me, and like they're gone now, but like you know I'm just very thankful for like them taking the time to like help somebody like out of the South who wanted to be more. So that's really like I guess like the positivity I would say is just like you don't realize the impact you have on somebody by just sending a simple message,
Yeah.
and like yeah.
Yeah, these are the things that it's like. I mean, this is very important to me on this pod because I've witnessed some amazing things and the stories that have been brought on this podcast. Like, you could like really like go into tears with some of them, and it's just like I feel like a lot of these things need to be brought into light because there is that negative world of wrestling, and
Yeah.
just the littlest things that people may know or people may not know that gets done in the background. I see a puppy.
Yeah, speaking of the background, we have Roscoe. Come here. Come here.
Aww.
Say hello to the stream.
Hello, you're so cute.
He's my sweet, crazy boy. But yeah, like and that's the thing. Like there is so much negativity. Like you know, not only in the world of like pro wrestling, but like just in the world right now. So it's like you just
Yeah.
gotta like you know, just be nice to each other and just like try to make a positive influence on someone's life because you don't know what they're going through,
Yeah.
man. Like, not to kind of keep you, but like, you know, talking about like an experience, I guess, like I had with a fan, like, and this is why, like, even on the independents, I don't think we realize like the reach we have and like the impact we have on people.
Mhm.
Maybe a few months ago, I received a message from somebody, and they were like, they sent me a picture of like me with somebody in the crowd at this show I did. It was like a little local show. And I was like, oh yeah, like, I remember that. And they were like, hey, like, you know, we just wanted to tell you that like, you know, they had passed away unexpectedly. And you know, and that was a picture in a moment that they always kind of talked about was like the kindness I showed by going out of my way to like see that person and
Yeah.
like you know because I like and I gave it and I like gave them like a shirt for free or something and like it was just like something like I just did because I was like oh this is being nice but like you know to like that's like something you do and you just like don't think anything about it and then like you don't realize that that's a picture that's like potentially going to be shown at someone's funeral or like that's a picture that's going to be like in someone's home with their family for the rest of their life for the rest of the family's life and yeah like it really like shook me when I got that message because it was just like you know like I was like oh like I meant something to someone who meant something to them right and like that really like made me go okay like I need to make sure that everything I do can like have some type of like positive outreach for people and like I basically I just don't want to ever act like something I'm not
Yeah.
and in a world where the word fake is brought up an awful lot I want to be someone who is real and with the word real I want to leave a real impact on people you know that to me is the most important legacy I can leave behind.
I love that. You know. Thank you for sharing that story. Like,
I don't think I've ever shared that before either. Like, so I just, you know, felt comfortable enough to. But
yeah.
yeah.
No, I love you.
It's
I love
crazy.
that. Thank you so much. Like, see, you never know. It's like the littlest things, what you can mean to that. Mark in the chat says, "Miss you, handsome man." And Good Cop Bad Cop said, "Pets on podcasts always steal the show." Yes.
Yeah, literally. Roscoe's the freaking MVP of the podcast.
We've had a lot of pets on this. A lot. We've had all different. We've had guinea pigs, rabbits.
I would say, yeah. What's the weirdest pet you've had?
What was the one that Alex Zane had? Was it the raccoon?
Alex Zane is a raccoon.
Not anymore. It's like a long time ago. It was like his girlfriend's or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So he brought it on the podcast and was biting his ear and everything. It was,
Oh my gosh.
it's crazy. So yeah, we've had some interesting stuff on this podcast. But yeah, so let's talk about what you got coming up. So the people, if they want to come support you, where they can come find you and all that stuff like that, break it down and I'll flash up the graphics as we go. So
Yeah, so Tiffany's gonna have to really help me out on this because she's got all the graphics. I sent them to her, but I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah.
So here we are. This coming weekend,
yeah,
October
3rd, is the action
3rd
show.
is
Friday.
what starts. Thank
Friday,
you. Yes, Friday. This Friday, I'll be at Action Wrestling in Tyrone for a free event, the Founders Day event that they do every year. It's always a fun time. And then directly after that, I'm shooting to Knoxville, Sevierville, Tennessee area for KFW's Black Harvest, and it will be myself and Jameson Shook versus the 99.1 The Animal radio host. Those pieces of shit who keep talking shit about us. So yeah, they wanted to talk a bunch of mess and they wanted collateral for if we hurt them really bad. And we said, well, look, hey, if y'all are willing to show up, we'll put these nice KFW tag belts on the line. Like the third prop I brought out, but yeah, so we're gonna put our belts on the line against those two idiots, and then on October 5th,
Right.
Pro Wrestling Symphony, Nashville, Tennessee. It's gonna be myself and Jameson Shook, 48-25 versus Colby Carter, that fraud, and the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Tom Latimer.
Go.
So yeah, that's gonna be a hefty challenge, but I think this weekend. Title defenses. Yeah, I think title defenses 11 and 12 are going to be pretty interesting to say the least.
There you go.
But yeah, and then the rest of October is insane too because
the 11th. So
yeah,
you guys
the
versus
11th.
Northern Thunder.
Yeah, it's us versus Northern Thunder, and if you're not familiar with London Lightning and Storm Rider,
he's so
check
good.
those guys out. They're awesome. They're incredible. They're Canadian talents.
Yeah.
They've been down here wrestling and stuff. So, yeah, we're going to wrestle them, and we're going to have defense number 13.
Mm-hmm.
October 17th, we're wrestling at Action again in Tyrone, and we're going to have defense number 14. And then we also have ICW that weekend in Chattanooga. So if you're in the Chattanooga area and you want to see some deathmatch wrestling, go visit us. ICW, no holds barred.
There you go.
And then October 24th, Colby Carino's benefit show in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I'm going to be wrestling the WWE Evolve champion, Jackson Drake, in a 2 out of 3 falls match. So that'll be really exciting. Be able to give back to Colby and also see what the Evolve champion has in the tank.
Yeah.
And then after that, I shoot from Jacksonville, North Carolina to TWE Chattanooga for Nightmare on Dayton Boulevard. And then on October 26th, I make my debut at Jersey Championship Wrestling, JCW, with Tank and the Rev versus Matt Tremont and Ben Sullivan.
That's so cool.
So I'll be up your way.
I know. I was going to come, and then I'm already committed to BST. I'm like, God damn it, all my South boys are coming up, and I already go into BST that day. I was so mad. I was like, oh, my South boys.
Dude, yeah, it's fine. I'll forgive you for it later. But,
I'm coming down to Action on the 17th. You
Okay,
can't be
you're
too
right.
mad.
You're right. Flip a coin. We're good. But, yeah, it's crazy. That JCW show is, stacked. Because they're doing the Luna tournament. And they've got Kinsey Page, Kylie Page in that. And they're announcing other stuff over the way too. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of Southern wrestling.
Oh my God, Darian Bengston, Adam Priest,
Yeah.
Lee Moriarty, it's oh my, I was
really
like,
cool.
damn. I was just at the JCW, not this past weekend, the weekend before, and it was like, all right, Teriyaki and Jay Lucas, and then I had Adam Priest, and then I had Darian Banks. I'm like, yes, the South is coming up.
Yeah. Was that the Asbury Park show?
Yeah, I was there.
That venue looks sick. I've watched it a little bit on YouTube, like, because I try to keep up with everything, and like those shows look awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. That was definitely fun. I'm like sorry to my people that I love forever, like from Jersey, New York, whatever. I was like, I'm rooting for my South boys.
Yeah.
And then we had Billy Starks, so it's like, and I just saw Billy Starks yesterday too, and Teriyaki and Jay Lucas at ETU. So,
Yeah, I just saw Billy on Friday at Anarchy. So yeah, old Space Jesus.
definitely, it's so crazy. Good stuff. Good Cop says, please post that clip of the raccoon. I did. I gotta find it again. Where the one with I think it was the second interview that I had with Alex Zane. I think it was.
Dude, if you want a picture of a raccoon, I'll go get in my trash can and go get one out right now.
No, don't do that. We don't need
I'm
get
kidding.
hurt.
We don't have raccoons.
No,
well, we have raccoons, just not here digging our trash.
Yeah, there was like a GIF that I posted or whatever like that. It's like the ending of the interview that I did with Alex. I think it was the second one, not the third one. Interview that I did with Alex Zane. But anyway, well, tell everybody where they can follow you if they're not following you already, like they should be.
Oh my gosh. I have rehearsed this so many times, so let's see if I still got it. All right, everybody. You can follow me on my social media. That is on X. We'll start there. At Jaden for Real. That's JADEN number 4 Real. No, I'm not the female basketball player. I am the professional wrestler, Jaden Newman. You can find me on Instagram at Jaden1Newman, JADEN number 1 Newman. I have a Facebook page as well, Jaden Newman -official. And we also have a 4825 Facebook page now, 4825 -official. I'm on TikTok. I've been trying to post a little bit better on there. So at Jaden for Real on there. I'm not banned like Tiffany, but I am on TikTok.
It's only restream. It's so stupid.
Only restream.
I can do it on my phone, but I can't do it with the podcast. It's so stupid.
I've struck a chord. Tiffany's crashing out right now. So but yeah, as far as merch goes, you can find my merch on prowrestlingtees.com /Jaden Newman, or you can go on to jadennewman.square.site. That one is handled really by me, and that's where I sell like a bunch of like in-ring memorabilia and like merch that I have in hand. But most of my shirts are available on Pro Wrestling Tees, so definitely go check that out.
All those links are in the description below to make it easier for you guys, so you can just click and then do your thing. So
yes, please. Is
there anything else you want to share that we didn't touch base today?
No, honestly, this was such a fun interview, and I am really glad that we had the time to do this.
Me too. So, and I can't thank everybody in the chat with your questions and your silliness. Like, I'm here for it with my silliness, and I love that you guys could join us for the silliness.
Yeah, thank y'all for pinging in and making me not feel like a loser. Sick.
We'll help them out to figure out the PNGs too. So.
Yeah. I'll have an update for y'all whenever I have a 8-bit PNG that I need to try and transfer or something.
I am dead. Well, thank you for coming on here and chatting with us. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun time. So.
Of course. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. I will be back next week with Jay Lucas, one half of the Action Tag Team Champions. So he'll be on next week. So you guys know the drill. Stay safe. Support independent wrestling. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
Feeling miserable.